Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Britain Sports Network. I'm Jim Bellamy, joined again by my broadcast partner and good friend, Jim Funderburg. Jim, it's great to have you back, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Jim, and I'm really looking forward. I watched you and Miles last week do the first of the volleyball games. Nice job. It was a whole lot of fun, and you know what? I would have much rather been here with you guys, okay, than sitting at the house twiddling my thumbs. There's no doubt.
Well, it's great to have you back, and this will be volleyball matchup number 2 as the Britons take on the Adrian College Bulldogs. And Jim, let's go back and take a look again at the preseason poll in volleyball. Adrian has not technically played a conference matchup yet, so as you can see on the screen there, Calvin was picked number 1, Hope number 2, the Brits were picked number 4, and Adrian picked number 6. And if everything goes according to plan, last week when the Brits played Kalamazoo, they swept the Hornets in 3, and hopefully we'll get a similar result tonight as Britain fans.
Well, you know, as Britain fans, there's no doubt about that. We'd love to see this thing go 3 and out and make it a very easy Wednesday night for all the ladies in the purple and gold tonight. And, you know, it is possible because Adrian is a very young team, Jim. They come in here with 17 freshmen and sophomores out of 24 members on that team. So you can see that basically at this point in time, they're trying to rebuild, get things going, and the Brits come in with a little more experience in their bunch.
Yeah, it's definitely a deep squad at Adrian College, and as you mentioned, those 17 freshmen and sophomores, only 3 seniors on the squad, so not a whole lot of senior leadership. 4 juniors round out the bunch, so a lot deeper team for Coach David Kwan than we experienced last week with the Hornets. The Hornets only went up to, I think, number 17 on their roster, so not a very deep team last week.
Well, they don't have a problem with the number of young ladies that are here to play. They just are very young and inexperienced. So getting in and playing on this level, they're starting to learn the ropes, as you would say.
And, Jim, let's take a quick look at the upcoming schedules for these two squads. The Britons 1-0 overall, 1-0 in conference. They're going to take on, of course, Adrian tonight. Then they'll travel to Hope for a difficult one. 3 straight roadies for the Britons. They'll go to Olivet on the 31st and Calvin on April 2. The Bulldogs 3-6 overall. They played all those matchups in October. They have not played a matchup since October 24th of 2020. They are at Albion tonight, the game we're going to bring you. They're hosting Trine on the 26th. They'll go to Kalamazoo on the 31st and then Hope on the 7th. And you see the upcoming schedule for the MIAA, Jim.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you take a look at this and you take a look at the standings right now, the teams that have played, everybody in the MIAA are 1-0 if you played at this point in time. The only teams that have no squiggly marks next to their names, as they would say, Trine is yet to play, so you know, that was postponed, as you can see up there, the Trine Kalamazoo game. Olivet and Alma, and also Adrian and Albion tonight, both those games at 6:30 tonight. And obviously the St. Mary's game that Adrian was supposed to have already played in conference, St. Mary's decided to pull out, and that's why you see that the cancellation on that game on Friday the 26th, as you would have had Olivet and St. Mary's. Albion goes to Hope. That'll be a big contest Friday night up at Hope. And then you've got Trine at Adrian and Alma at Calvin. Anytime you have to go over to Holland, Michigan, Jim, and play any kind of sport, it's always difficult. So the Lady Britons, I think, tonight would love to be able to get that second win tonight, maybe fine-tune a little bit before they have to go over to Hope.
It's definitely going to be a difficult matchup for the Brits as they travel up to Hope. And again, you can go to MIAA.org, MIAA.org, to get the live stats and the scores of all the sports going on at this time. And, of course, we want to recommend for you Brit fans to go to GoBrits.com to get all the information on all the upcoming sports that are taking place. And, Jim, it's we're getting right into the busy season for the Britain Sports Network.
Yes, we are. In fact, it's hard to imagine, but the football team actually just got started over the weekend, and they took care of Trine over the weekend, 27-16. Very unusual game, Jim. You know, they played over in Angola. You always think that that's one of the toughest places to play football. That and Hope, another tough place to play. But it's always been a tough place. Britain's defense held Trine to just 8 yards rushing, and I don't think we've ever seen that in our time.
Never. And I would say in football, because of the proximity between the two squads that are playing volleyball tonight, it's easy to call Adrian one of those rival games. But, boy, Trine has really become a rival game for football for the Brits.
They really have. And so to watch the Brits take care of business the way that they did, 27-16, Trine actually didn't score that second touchdown until the very last second of the game. That's why they didn't get a chance to kick the extra point. Could have been 27-17, but Brits with 4 turnovers that day. Junior quarterback Jack Bush, Jimmy, 26 of 37, 327 yards of passing that afternoon. Justin Thomas, the big fella, holding 6 catches for 143 and a pair of touchdowns. It was a lot of fun, and you can see we are going to be doing some of the Britons' home football games. We'll open up with Kalamazoo on the 3rd, then Albion and Adrian on the 11th, and the 17th, Albion and Alma.
And you get all of that at GoBrits.com, and it's going to be our privilege to bring those broadcasts to you. And Ken, before we get ready for first service, we have introductions going on. No ambient sound from Kresge Gymnasium tonight, so we're going to be your ears to the eyes on the screen. Some of the Britons were recognized as MIAA Players of the Week and Athletes of the Week, and Jim, a couple of volleyballers up there on the screen as well.
Yeah, they really were, and the gentleman, the thorn between the two roses here, I'll start with that one, is Donovan Slates. And Donovan Slates basically had 10 tackles the other day against Trine. He had a sack and also 2 tackles for loss. And then you saw the game last week, and a wonderful thing, Kate Winter, who just absolutely killed about anything that came close to her, and Jenna Corey, who was also picked as a specialist this week, both Athletes of the Week in the MIAA volleyball.
Tremendous action last week in that 3-set sweep versus the Hornets. And Jim, let's take a quick glance before we get ready for first serve here. For Albion, they come in 1-0 in conference play after that 3-set sweep of Kalamazoo on senior night. They had about 15 kills a set, just over 13 assists, about a third of a block on average, 2 1/3 serving aces a set, and 14 digs. And they had a very impressive .343 hitting percentage. And one of the things that Miles brought up during the broadcast last week, Jim, was you can kind of liken hitting percentage to batting average. Mm-hmm. And Kalamazoo, in response, was only hitting in the 100s. So you can see, you know, they're receiving and getting the ball around at 3 times the clip of what the Hornets were last week.
Yeah, and that's a key, man. That and the errors that you make that are out on that floor that are not forced oftentimes. If you can look at those 2 things, oftentimes those are 2 of the primary factors whether a team wins or loses on a Wednesday night in the MIAA.
Kate Winters had 17 kills to lead the Brits. Chloe Weber pitched in with 9, and Olivia Alexander had 6. Winter had 30 total attacks on the night. Grace Van Dorn had 21 sets. Mariah Brenz had 13. The digs leaders included one of those Athletes of the Week, Jenna Curry, with 12. Winter had 6, and Alexander was 6. Team plays with excellent pace and intensity. Jim, let's take a quick look at the Adrian Bulldogs.
Well, the Bulldogs 3-6. That's one of those unique situations, Jim, because the Bulldogs football team and their volleyball team both tried to make it go back in the fall. 3-6 overall, as you said, the last time they played was back in late October. Per sets, they're 9.97 kills per set, 8.6 assists, and 1.6 blocks. Also about 1.6 serving aces and 13 digs per set, and only a 102 hitting percentage. So as you said in that reflection back on baseball, if you're hitting 100, you're not going to be staying in the big leagues very long. And if you're hitting 100 in the MIAA in volleyball, you're not going to rise to the top of the standings anytime close. And as you saw in that standings when we were talking about them just a minute ago, you do have a situation where everybody that has played has won in the conference, and the 2 teams right at this point in time, as you see, Trine and Adrian getting their first opportunities. In fact, Trine's game was postponed tonight, so Adrian will get that first opportunity tonight. For Trine tonight, you've got Blair Wyman, who leads them in kills, and Aiden Cribbs. Wyman with 48 and Cribbs with 46. And then Liz Sustico, the 125 is the primary setter, along with Haley Farrell, who has set the ball 98 times. Their dig leader is Hannah Sugg with 61 and Haley Farrell with 51, as it looks like things are about ready to go, and we're ready for action here in Albion. Don't forget, webcast at albion.edu if you'd like to tell us what's going on. And with that, I give it back to my buddy Jim Bellamy to call the action tonight from the Kresge Center.
Getting ready for first service here between the Bulldogs and the Britons, set number 1. The last matchup between the Britons and the Hornets, the Britons won in straights, as we mentioned, 25-18, 25-10 and 25-22. That third set was a little bit of a nail-biter before the Britons were finally able to pull ahead and ultimately come out victorious. Coach Kristen Slammer D. St. Alban, in her 9th season, leads the charge for the Britons, and Coach David Kwan leads the Adrian Bulldogs onto the floor. Looks like the Britons are getting ready to open with the first service, and in just a moment we'll be ready for volleyball action here on the Britain Sports Network. First service comes in. Have to get it across with a weak shot. Britons have an opportunity here for a kill, and that's exactly what they get. And guess who, Jim?
Well, you know, number 4. Can I guess just by number, or do you really want the name?
Yeah, I think the number is synonymous with the name on the floor for the Britons. As Kate Winter gets the kill, it's 1-0 on serve. Good serve. It'll force Adrian to scramble. And once again, Winter with the kill attempt. This one dug out. Libero gets the ball up for the Brits. Takes something off that shot, and that one's good. That one is Olivia Alexander, who took that one a little softer touch that time, Jim.
Look at that. I'll tell you what, you know, it always amazes me how you can find a hole like that in the defense of the other team. But, boy, she knew where it was.
Service winner right there by Grace Van Dorn. So she's on serve, and it's 3-0. You got to love the way this is starting for the Britons, Jim.
Well, you know, if you never have to change and give the ball back over to the Bulldogs, just serve out, that wouldn't be a bad way to open things up.
That's the dream. Britons still on serve, up 3-0. That block goes back, and that's a point for the Bulldogs. Good double team block right there. Takes care of the kill attempt.
Yeah, nice job by the Adrian Bulldogs there. It looked like that was Julia Bell and also Grace Welch on that block.
So the Bulldogs on serve, trailing 1-3. And the Britons get the serve right back with a nice kill. That's Hannah Miller, the junior.
Well, you know, the neat thing, we really wish we were in the Kresge right now because we don't have the sound, the background ambient noise for you at this point, because this place would be rocking right now.
Yep, even with a limited crowd. The bench alone, Jim, the intensity, the volume, and there's a service winner right there on a miss hit. All of their points so far, they lead 5-1, the Brits, have been either on kills or service aces. That's a pretty good way to start.
Yeah, it's a dominating way to start, I would say.
So the Brits remain on serve as Alexander goes for her second point. 5 serving 1. Britons dig this one up. Kill opportunity. Tried for a quick off. And this one's going to get knocked out of bounds on the dig attempt by the libero. I believe that was Hannah Sugg, the freshman, who knocked that one out. So Alexander remains on serve, and we get a timeout on the floor, Jim. Good timeout by the Bulldogs as they trail 6-1. The Britons still on serve.
Well, I think, you know, at this point in time, you really do want to see if you can get everybody set back down because it's 6-1. You know, this is a match that can still go back your way pretty quickly. But if you make that 12-1 or get a run out to double digits, you almost write this game off. It's pretty difficult to come back from that as we start to check in on some live stats here. And don't forget, if you'd like to talk to us right now, webcast at albion.edu. Love to know where you are, what's going on, and you know, where you're from, who you're following here this afternoon. 8 kills or 8 attacks right now for the Brits compared to 5 for Adrian as we do look at those sets, and 4 kills to none right now for the Britons.
Yep.
Jim, it's been a pretty solid situation here early on. 2
service aces, 4 kills, and that, like you said, you used the exact right word, Jim. It's a dominating early performance by the Britons.
Hitting percentage of .375. You know, people go to the Hall of Fame for that one.
Yeah, you get a pretty good contract in the pros if you're hitting .375. And a 0 hitting percentage so far for the Bulldogs.
Been a tough start.
But like you said, it only takes 1 or 2 points, and usually out of a timeout, team that calls timeout will be able to roll off a couple. We'll see if the Bulldogs are able to do that. If not, this could be a very quick first set. Yeah, they get 1 on the kill right there from the far side, going cross court. Libero tried to dig it out, but unsuccessful as she ended up knocking it out of bounds, and the Bulldogs now on serve 2, serving 6. Like I said, usually out of a timeout, you'll get 1 or 2 points. See if they're able to do that here. Kill attempt goes deep. Have to get this one over. Bulldogs with a kill attempt. Nice block. Blocked out of bounds. Another point for the Bulldogs. Grace Welch with the kill on that one, Jim.
So you'd have to say that no doubt here early on that timeout was a big one there for Adrian.
It's usually about a 2 to 3 point swing out of those timeouts. It's amazing how that happens, but usually seems to work. Hits that one into the net. Good double team block by the Brits. And the Brits now on serve 7, serving 3. They call Welch for the attack error on that one. Well, good point opportunity here for the Brits. Can they cash in? Yes, they can. Easy put away. I believe that was Alexander. Nope, Chloe Weber.
And you can see Welch there trying to get to that ball, but it just, again, put exactly where it needed to be.
The ability to take your eye off the ball just a moment to see where the defense is as the Bulldogs get a kill right there and be able to put that soft touch down. This one was blocked into the net by the double team effort right there, and Bergman gets the kill. 4, serving 8, first set. Was all Britons early, but the Bulldogs climbing their way back in. Very soft serve. Bulldogs on the attack, nice block. They'll get another kill opportunity, taking something off that one, and that's a nice play right there. Grace Welch gets the soft touch kill.
And we do have our first here right now. Elizabeth Peterson says, "Go Kate, watching my niece from Arizona." And that's Liz Peterson. So, Liz, good to have you out there tonight.
And thank you for watching all the way out in Arizona. We know the weather's getting nicer and nicer, and there's a lot of things you could be doing. So we just greatly appreciate you tuning in to the Britain Sports Network and watching family tonight.
Well, if you're sitting maybe out on a patio, if you want to show Elizabeth, if you're sitting out on a patio right now with a beautiful, back view, and send us a picture. Maybe she's sitting on a back porch watching the game.
Might be watching on her phone.
TV.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Ava Smith on serve. Serves this one a little long, so a service error for the Brits. Makes it 6-9 on serve. Bulldogs are not going away here in this first set.
Well, you wouldn't expect it to happen that way. I mean, this is
it's a good squad.
Any team in the MIAA is going to give you a run for the money on a Wednesday night. There's no doubt about that.
Good dig. Got to get this one over. Hit it deep. Kill attempt. This one goes into the net. Britons get the point. Thought the Bulldogs had an opportunity in this one. You see the kill going cross body, but hits it into the net. So Bergman there gets the kill opportunity. Service goes long, so they give the ball right back.
Well, those are the things, the service errors like that one, you always love to have those back. You always, unless you're really jumping up and coming with that wild overhead serve, you would think that most of the time you're going to put those in play.
Nice play right there by the Brits. Took something off that one on hit number 2. Looks like she's going for the set instead.
Turns it sideways.
Put it where they're not, yeah.
Mariah Brands on that one.
So great job by the Brits as they are up 11-7 on serve. That was on the base or on the end line. That was good. Good kill attempt right there by Cribbs. Get a substitution checking in. That's Ashurst, number 22, the junior from Traverse City. And the Bulldogs back on serve. Oh, good dig there by the Bulldogs. They got to get this one over. This one ends up going to the far side and in, so the Bulldogs get the point. 9 serving 11. Bulldogs on serve. Brits need an answer. There you go. Kill by Olivia Alexander. Going right through the block, Jim.
Said they needed an answer, Jim. How's that for an answer? Boom.
Right off the fingertips, just too much to handle right there.
That'd have been fun. Again, if we were sitting at the Kresge right now, there would have been some noise at that one, both with the hit and the attempted block and then the cheer afterwards.
Deep serve in the corner. This one's going to be tough to get over. Brits on the attack. A name we haven't called lately, Jim. Winner with the kill attempt, but it's dug out. And this one's going to be deflected out of bounds by the Brits. Point for the Bulldogs.
Kill by Aiden Cribbs there for the Bulldogs.
Looks like we might have another email there, big guy.
Looks like it, man. Look at that, huh? Maybe we'll get a picture here. Well, let's see.
Asking ye shall receive, perhaps. I have family out in Tucson.
Says, I wish I was on the patio, still working. Still working hours out here. Thanks, Liz.
Well, that's a good point.
Well, look busy, Liz.
She might be telecommuting. You never know. We were giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Entirely.
There's a kill by the Bulldogs as Federmeyer brings the lead to 1, 12-11. Albion still with the advantage, but Adrian, a lot of momentum now.
Just like that, man. They were down 5 early.
Get the block, barely get it over. Oh, that's a miss hit out of bounds by Winner. A name we haven't called lately, Jim.
No, not at all. And you really don't normally call her for an attack error. You normally call her for a kill.
The offense has been running to the opposite side, so a good job by Adrian of trying their best to avoid Winner's attack.
Brits, who were hitting 375 early, now down to 174 in their hitting percentage and 200 now for Adrian. So you can see Adrian a little more efficient over the last couple of minutes.
Miss hit by Haley right there into the net, and we get a timeout on the floor as it's 13-12. Jim, what stands out to you so far statistics-wise?
Well, if you look at it, the very first number that I just told you a minute ago, I mean, the Brits have definitely cooled down. They've hit about half the percentage that they did in that first couple of minutes of the game. 7 kills for both teams at this point. Both teams with 3 attack errors here. Both teams with 7 assists. 2 service aces for the Britons to none for the Bulldogs here early. And individually, if you look across the numbers here, I was just going to go down. Grace Welch doing really well for Adrian at this point in time. Kate Winter also leading the way for the Britons here early on.
I want to remind everybody you can send us an email at webcast@albion.edu. And we also invite folks who are not related to Kate Winter to email us tonight.
You bet. Anybody. And we promise that we will not rat you out if you're out in Arizona and you're supposed to be working when you're actually watching the volleyball game.
Again, it's very possible she could be telecommuting.
If you need a note, is all we're telling you right now, Elizabeth. If you need a note, we will swear that you were working right here, right now.
Very diligently.
Yes.
Eyes on the prize.
Webcast. Just go ahead and let us know if you're out there, because we are here doing the game for you tonight. And the Brits find themselves down 1 here in game number 1.
So Adrian with the lead, 13-12. And again, coming out of the timeout, usually that provides a couple-point boost, and the Britons could use it right now. They are in a battle. And it's not like, as we have a conversation going on with the officials right now, so we have a temporary delay. They haven't played an official match since October of 2020. It's not like they haven't been putting in the work, though, Jim.
No, not at all. They've been working extremely hard. But it is, you are shaking a little rust off here tonight, that's for sure.
Good putback right there by the Bulldogs. So a nice double-team block. Federmeyer and Ashurst on the block. And that makes it 14-11 on serve. Adrian in control. That one a miss hit into the net by Miller. So 15-11. Still on serve. Bulldogs want to get this one over. Success.
Boy, not only they get it over, they got it over extremely well. On the floor right now is for Albion, Winter, Alexander, Weber, Cameron, Van Dorn, Miller, and Corey.
Brits need some points. Service winner right there. That's Hannah Cutterback on the service winner. So the exact opposite happened out of this timeout, Jim. Usually it's a 2-point advantage for the team calling the timeout. Instead, 2 points for the team that the opposite team.
Well, the momentum has definitely shifted over to the Bulldogs here in this last run. Remember, it was 6-1 early on, so this is a 15-16 to 10 run for Adrian here the last couple of minutes.
And just what the doctor ordered, the big lefty, put it away. That's the point they needed right there. On serve, 12 serving 17 here in set number 1. In the net, point for the Brits. That was Fedemeyer on the miss hit there. And Alexander still on serve. Another good deep serve. Good dig. Winner again. That one dug out nicely. That one's long.
So the Britons now starting to make up a little ground. Good job. Look at him get up in the air. That caused that to be hit a little bit higher than what she wanted to hit that. I believe that she saw the arms in the air and hit it over the top. That was Grace Welch.
Britons on a little bit of a run. Taking something off it. The threat of the aggressive kill, Jim, and sometimes you lose sight of the fact that she also has a soft touch. Winner again with the put away.
So we've got John Corey out there, says, thanks for announcing. We hear you. Thanks. And that's thanks for you being out there.
As the Bulldogs get a response. After a nice run by the Brits, they pull back ahead by 3, 18-15 on serve.
And here you go. Here's the guy that we want to be right now. It's coming from Ryan Darrow, who's sitting on the patio in the mitten, watching a great game so far, cheering on the Bulldogs and Mallory Darrow. So there you go. That's not a bad place to be either.
That one almost looked like a double hit right there, but the referees continued to allow it. That one goes in on the end line. Kind of a sloppy play, but ends up being successful for the Bulldogs. You see this kill here going deep, but in. Almost a service winner there. Good dig by the Bulldogs on the attack. Oh, nice get. Got to get this one over. That one goes off the net and out.
Britain's still only hitting at 125%, 1.125%, and 161 for Adrian for the Bulldogs. So Adrian doing a little bit better job. 14 digs for the Brits, 16 digs for the Bulldogs so far.
Just too many unforced errors for the Brits so far, hitting about 3 times that success rate when we watch them play Kazoo. As there's a block that goes out. The Bulldogs on serve. Good double team block, but just a little bit too far to the left. So we're 20 serving, I believe it's 20 serving 16. That's a good kill right there. That was Grace Welch. 21-16. Might have that one incorrect, though, because the live stats show a 21-17, but we'll call what we see for now. That one goes under the net on a dig attempt right there. All Adrian all the time right now as we get another timeout on the floor. Coach Slammer, the St. Alban, not happy with what's going on, Jim.
No, she's not. And, you know, she and her sister both played volleyball at Albion back in their days. And her dad, one of the assistant coaches on the football team. You know, so they are a pretty competitive family. They don't like to lose. That's the athlete in them. So you can bet there's some conversation going on right now as to how we turn this 2017 deficit around in the next few minutes. John Corey again sent a message to us here, and it is good always to talk about your daughter's name here on our broadcast. And it's always fun to do the ball games, and the whether it's football or basketball or now volleyball. We got a chance to start doing volleyball about 2 years ago, and man, I'll tell you what, we're starting to become volleyball fans, aren't we, Jimmy?
Absolutely. And this has been a very entertaining first set, Jim. 35 attacks for the Bulldogs to 33 for the Brits. That number wildly changed over the course of this first set. A 229 hitting percentage for the Bulldogs, just 118 for the Brits. 15 digs for the Brits, 17 for the Bulldogs as we get you back to live action here in set number one. Soft serve. Kate Winter almost got that one put away instead. Nice soft touch. Good dig by the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs once again get the point. Inching closer to set number one. Good dig attempt laying out. Just wasn't able to get anything on that dig.
Oh, man, to be able to get down that quick is amazing to me. I would not be getting back up. That would be my only problem.
Nope, I'd be there and be crying. My back would be out. Soft touch. This should be a Britain's point. Nope. Good dig by the Bulldogs. They're making you earn it tonight. There's a point for the Brits. Good layout right there, though, by Grace Welch, Jim.
Remember back at one point in time, it was 6-1 Britons early on in this contest. So Adrian has been able to turn that around here as this contest goes on. So the Brits find themselves down by 6.
Whoa, nice block right there. Almost came over the net. Just doing everything he can to get it over. But look at that block.
Chloe Weber up over top and knocks that one down.
Total rejection right there.
And a wonderful save out of that net to be able to keep that one alive, Jim.
And that kill goes long. I believe that was Welch also on the attack error. I'm going to go with what our live stats show, and that's showing a 23-20 Adrian lead. Ava Smith on serve. Nice block. Leads to a point. Defense leads to offense.
For anybody watching and wondering, we are actually not on site tonight, and the scoreboard is not operated by us. It's actually being sent to us here tonight. We do have some live stats, and every now and then the live stats get ahead or behind of the action. It's always fun.
Attack error goes. That's good. Deep on the end line right there. As Grace Welch gets the kill, makes it 24-21, and they have a game point. So despite trailing big early, the Bulldogs showing a lot of heart here in this first set, and they're 1 point away from victory.
See if we can extend that a little bit here, huh?
Starts with one. There you go. Yeah, that one hit the floor. Good effort by the Bulldogs, but this kill.
Ava Smith with a nice set there, and the kill by Chloe Weber.
So 24 serving, or 22 serving 24. Brits on serve, looking to stave off the game point. There you go. 23 serving 24 on the nice soft touch kill.
Go by Chloe Weber.
And we get another timeout. More timeouts used in this first set than I recall seeing used in the entire last matchup against Kalamazoo, Jim.
And as we see, and you see right now in the stats that we're seeing right now, as the timeout was taken, we believe this is a 1-point game here, 24-23. Scoreboard shows a 24-22.
I'm going to go by what the live stats give us.
And I am too. That makes it a little tighter. and the timeout, hopefully the Brits can kind of come back out and turn this thing around and sneak this one back out. You need to play really well at the beginning, and you need to finish really well, Jim. And everything in between is just a whole lot of volleyball for my money. How's that?
That's an excellent way to look at it. And the last time the Bulldogs called a timeout, they rattled off a nice run. In fact, the last time the Brits called a timeout, the Bulldogs rattled off a nice run. So the Bulldogs just looking for that one more point here, 24-23, but the Britons are on serve. One more point still to get set number 1 in this best of 5.
Well, the Brits are fighting their way back into this thing. We've had kills by Welch, by Alexander, and Weber to close things out here.
In the net on the kill attempt, and we're square at 24. They're getting cribs for going into the net right there in the attack error. So now it's win by 2. Brits with the kill.
There you go.
That's a big 2-point swing right there coming out of that timeout. Chloe Weber with the kill on that one off the deflection.
Coach out telling him exactly what she'd like to see happen. We'd like to see one more point for the Lady Britons.
Instead to get a service error right. That's a tough way to give that one back. 25 apiece as Haley hits that one into the net. Sugg on serve. Hits the top of the net and gently bounces over. Can't draw it up any better than that.
No, I'll tell you.
You call that a let in tennis, but there is no let in terms of a service.
Well, maybe the live stats aren't correct and the scoreboard is correct on us, Jim, because we've got that as 26-24
Must be
now.
26-24, okay.
So the first set does go to the Bulldogs, 26-24.
So a good first coming back, and that's like you said, it's not just how you start, but it's how you finish. That was a great closing effort by the Bulldogs.
It really was, and a service ace by Hannah Sugg to end everything. If you go back the good old days, back a long, long time ago, if the ball touches the net, it doesn't count. Nowadays on that serve, if it gets over the net clean, it can catch whatever it wants to catch, and unfortunately for the Britons, it caught the winning point there in game number 1.
44 attacks for the Bulldogs to 43 by the Britons. Hitting percentage, neither team really going to be all that enamored with this one. 209 for the Brits, 159 for the Bulldogs. When you look at the overall statistics, it does not paint a very pretty picture for both teams. So what you do instead, Jim, is you look at the scoreboard and you look 1-0 for Adrian.
That's really the only thing that counts. It doesn't have to be pretty in any sport that you're playing.
Not at all. Build that confidence. If you're the Bulldogs, you got to get this one up. Back and forth, good defense for both squads. There's a nice block. There's a nice putback. 2-person block, a tandem block by the Brits. That was Weber and Brenz on the block.
Man, I'll tell you what, there was no getting through that. That was a wall right there at the net.
So 2-0. There's a good serve. Nice get right there. Again, the defense, they say, this one was, they're going to give that a kill to Ashurst. Must have hit the ground on the dig attempt, Jim.
Must have. Don't forget, let us know exactly if you're out there. We do have a couple of others here that have popped in, and we'll get to these. We've got one in Antioch, Illinois right now, and we'll get to their comments here in just a moment.
Service winner right there by Alexander. I'm sorry, by Cutterback. Not able to run their offense. Hitting percentage really, really down from last week. Got to credit the Bulldogs on serve. Albion back on the attack. That one deflected out of bounds. So a good kill there by the Brits to go up 3-2 early here in set number 2.
Looks like the Lindstrom family is looking in from Antioch, Illinois, which is near the border of northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. And good to have Mom and the family sitting over there watching the game right now.
Bulldogs on the attack, and they get the point. Good kill right there. See if that was Federmeyer on that kill.
There you go. In fact, this is an interesting one now. The more that I read through this, Jim, it's the Lindstrom family says, enjoying the game and commentary. Nice job, guys. We are a hopeful future college volleyball family. This volleyball mom has a current Antioch High School junior who is enjoying learning more about the Albion volleyball program, hoping to visit someday soon. So there you go. Go Brits, Gail and Annika Lindstrom. And it's good to have you out there.
Yeah, you're going to want to do a campus visit for sure. That one spins on the top of the net and drips off to Adrian's side, and that kill attempt into the net as well. It's becoming a beautiful time of year to take a campus tour. So actually that one hits the little antenna, I'll call it, on top of the net. Scott
and Cheryl Ashurst from one of my favorite spots, Traverse City, says thanks for the webcast and go Bulldogs and go Allison. So their daughter playing volleyball tonight for the Bulldogs. Webcast at albion.edu if you'd like to talk to us.
And there's that serve that goes off the top of the net. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander as the Brits get a point off that type of serve. Been a long time since we called that name. Kate Winter gets the put away.
Big senior winds up and lets her fly. And I'll tell you what, if it were you and me, we would step out of the way.
Yeah. I would just let it. It's in. It's good. I'd have an imprint probably on my face, too. There's a deflection that goes out, but not before the kill is good for the Bulldogs. That was Bergman on the kill there. Gets it off the fingertips. Goes long and not able to keep it in play. 4 serving 6. Bulldogs in comfortable territory based on the result of the last set. Trailing by a few early. And they get the kill. Looks like that was Welch, the outside hitter with the put away.
Shout out to Emma Fogarty right now. She's watching the Adrian Albion volleyball game tonight from the Adrian College dorm room. Watching from her dorm. Let's go Jillian Park, Madison Smith, Destiny Johnson, and Lexi Usolowski, I believe is that name. Love them all. Let's go Bulldogs, according to Emma Fogarty. Good to have you out there, Emma.
Yeah, thank you for watching from campus. Bergman with the put away on that last one there, Jim. Knotted at 6. Bulldogs defense is outstanding so far. That block goes out. See the kill. Good defense right there against Welch, but goes out of bounds towards the Bulldogs bench.
Well, you know, we talked about how young this Adrian team is, but the Albion team has a lot of youngsters on it as well tonight. But they do have some seniors and a couple of juniors, and one Ava Smith, who's always our sideline reporter for football games. I'm not sure whether Ava will be able to join us this year or not.
Yeah, especially with all the different sports schedules being scrambled around.
There's only 3 seniors on this Britons team. We talked about the youth coming in here from Adrian, but both these teams really graduated some seniors last year.
Yep, 3 seniors for the Brits recognized in the last matchup against Kazoo on senior night. And, again, a couple of young teams as we have a timeout by the Brits on the floor. Again, webcast at albion.edu. We'd love to hear from you, and we appreciate everybody who's taken the time to write in so far. It's great to hear from family members from all across the country who are tuning in.
Had a question about being able to maybe make the screen a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, if we were there, we'd have a half a dozen cameras out working, but we're operating, unfortunately, on COVID terms here tonight. One camera, and we really have no control over that camera whatsoever. But I appreciate the question. And unfortunately, next year when you tune in and we're up live and in person, you'll think you're watching ABC next year. How's that?
That'll work.
We get a lot prettier when we're there, too, don't we, Jim?
Well, if you say so. I look myself in the mirror every day, and I know pretty well what I'm dealing with, so
62
it ain't going to get much better.
62 attacks for the Bulldogs, 55 attacks for Albion right now. And, again, that hitting percentage hovering right around that 220 mark for both teams.
Yeah, definitely not going to get it done. The Britons hitting more into the high 300s last matchup against Kalamazoo. Need to get back to there as we get a kill on the far side. Is that Alexander on that kill? It was Olivia Alexander. So out of the timeout, the Britons do get a point. Love to see you get a nice three-point swing coming out of that timeout. Last time the Brits called that timeout, Adrian went on a nice run, so Brits are due.
Our turn. Ooh, nice save. Oh.
Hit it off the fingertips and didn't quite get enough on it. Scramble play here. And again, trying to take something off it, but just a miss hit by Winter. Credit to the Bulldogs, Jim. They come in with a very nice game plan tonight. Coach Kwan has done an excellent job prepping.
Well,
this one's coming right to you.
We saw Kwan when he coached down at Defiance College a number of years ago and felt like he was a very talented fella. And he's doing a good job tonight with his Lady Bulldogs.
If you had your 3D glasses on, folks at home, that one was about ready to fall right in your lap. 8 serving 10 for the Brits. They trail by 2. Good deep serve right there. Brits need a couple points here. Knot this one up. Bulldogs win set number 1, and they get the point there and the kill. Excellent job by Aiden Cribbs with the put away. I believe that's Sugg on serve. The libero tonight. Got to get this one over. Instead, it's a miss hit into the net for the Brits.
From around the conference tonight in ladies volleyball, Alma at Olivet. Alma wins the first set 25-18, and they're up 21-17 in the second set.
So looking for a 2-0 advantage in that one, and the Bulldogs likewise looking for a 2-0 advantage. There's a double hit into the net. Brits finally get an elusive point there as they're now 9 serving 12 on serve. So again, the Brits need a nice run here, trailing 1-0. That set a little bit behind for the kill attempt. Deep kill attempt into the block and through the hands. I think that was once again Olivia Alexander on the kill, Jim.
Tell you what, we've called her name quite a bit here this evening. Her, Chloe Weber tonight, both of them playing really well, even though they're down, but they're just running in against a very solid Adrian team tonight.
Yep. Solid, well-prepared, well-coached.
And it's early still.
Very.
Very early.
There's a point for the Brits.
We could be in here for a long night tonight, man. If they come up and tie this up, who knows? We could go 5 tonight.
It's very possible. You know, you look at the preseason standings. You think the Bulldogs were picked near the bottom portion, but they are not playing like a team that's bottom portion MIAA squad tonight.
We got some folks watching up in Saginaw, Michigan tonight. Parents of Aiden Cribbs, go Bulldogs.
Nice area up there. A lot of pretty areas up in Michigan.
I'll tell you what, we're
A lot of
Ohio
good day
boys,
trips.
but boy, you go across that border and it does get nice when you get into Michigan.
Especially this time of year. Starting to get the foliage on the trees. A lot of great things to explore.
Time to get the boat out and get ready to get in the water, I think, huh?
Kill for the Bulldogs. Might have been Federmeyer there.
Nice job. Look at how that, again, they've had several of those that have gotten kind of caught up in the top of the net and found their way to the right spot there, the Kresge floor.
Cut it back. The sophomore from Grand Blanc, Michigan, checks in on serve. Bulldogs in control so far. And the Brits respond. There is no control. Alexander again with the put away. My apologies, Weber on the put away. Kill back by the Bulldogs as Ashurst gets the kill.
Well, so far, anything that the Brits have tried to come up with here tonight, the Bulldogs have been able to counter quite nicely. And the Brits going to have to turn something around here kind of quick.
15 serving 13 in set number 2. Bulldogs win the first set. A modicum of control here in set number 2. Very evenly matched, though, these two squads. 26-24 in set 1. Good dig. And another kill for the Bulldogs as that one goes off the fingertips and out. Britain's unable to continue the play. Bergman on the kill there. 16 serving 13. And another block this time. Makes it 17 serving 13. That was Ashurst and Bergman. So again, offense and defense, the total package tonight for the Bulldogs.
It really has been. Really has been. Got an Adrian family here that I just opened up a little attachment to, Jimmy, and they're watching the game tonight. Now I got to get back and catch the name. They say you should never open attachments that are sent to you over the internet that you don't recognize. But when it's not my phone, I really don't care.
Especially with somebody else's phone, right?
It's the way that we're. So send all your attachments to us here tonight. We'd love to be able to open them up tonight on Jimmy's phone.
Double hit right there. Fortunately not called. Instead, the put away goes long. So a kill opportunity there missed. Bergman on the miss. 15 serving 17. The Britons trail by 2 in set number 2.
But the doggone Apple phone, that's our problem. You know what I mean? They
says the guy who opened up the attachment.
Yeah. Well, it's still working. That's the good news. Says an Adrian family watching this great match. You guys are doing a nice job announcing. Thank you. And thank you for the nice commentary. But it did come in from out there at a number that's long 46997. See, look at that. It looks like I thought initially I was going to be able to buy maybe some nice property up in Michigan or something.
Or Bitcoin.
Yeah.
There's a kill off the fingertips for the Britons. 16 now serving 18. 26-24 in set number 1. The Bulldogs lead 1-0. Britons looking to answer. But it seems like every time the Britons go on a small run, the Bulldogs have a response. So credit, again, the mental toughness of this Bulldogs team.
Well, and again, these are teams that are trying to battle their way in what is considered to be the middle of the conference. When you look to the opening, the coaches poll, obviously you look at Calvin and you look at Hope being the top 2 teams, and that's where you're going to measure to see how good you are this year once you get the opportunity to play against those 2 teams. But to really be able to challenge those 2 teams, you've got to take care of business right here in the working class when you're dealing with all the other teams that are in the middle of that pack with you.
That kill attempt goes long. I thought that one was going off the fingertips. Instead, it hits over the outstretched hands of the two-person block, and it goes long. So attack error there by Palmer makes it 19 serving 17. Bulldogs by 2. Winner with the kill attempt. Good dig. It's a scramble point now. Gonna have to get this one over. Gets it into the net. So Sugg right there with the hit error into the net makes it 18 serving 19. Britons need a run. Put back. 19 all, Jim.
Brits not going to give up early here in this second set. They need this one. Need it badly. And look at that height and look at that elevation by those two young ladies as it's Chloe Weber and Kate Winter that gets up and basically blots out the lights on the Albion side of the gym, as you see right now in 19-19 with Adrian on top with one set so far. So in this tie second game, this is critical right now for the Brits to be able to get back into this thing to tie this one up here. You don't like to lose on your home floor, too. I mean, that's the other side of it. Although this year, without the crowds that you have, with basically just family members, that's all that's there here tonight, you don't have quite the change of momentum that crowd can oftentimes give you when you're playing a volleyball game at the Kresge or a basketball game at the Kresge.
Yeah, in essence, there really is no home court advantage.
Not at all. Not at all.
So you're just doing your best to win the games at home that you can get, knowing that with a shortened season, how hypercritical every matchup is. Webcast at albion.edu is how you get hold of us. Jim, do we have any new emails tonight?
Not that I'm finding right now, but I've also jumped myself off to some place where don't think I was authorized to be anymore.
You're fine.
I'm at this point in time seeing the budgetary the budget of the Bellamy family for 2022. That's your tax returns there. Oh my gosh, you made that kind of money last year.
Good dig there. Kill attempt. Man, good defense by both squads on this point. There's a block by the Brits. 20 serving 19. Watch this get up, Jim.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's always fun right there in the middle of that court.
Chloe Weber there with the block. Another one. Winner on the two-person block right there. Was that Winner and Weber again? I believe that was Winner and Weber on that one. And a service ace for the Brits, 22-19.
Do have one here that says, we love our Bulldog seniors. Go Liz, Grace, and Maddie from the Sisitcos, I believe, Sisitcos. If you can give me the proper enunciation of that, if I didn't get it out there right for you, that let me know. But again, a couple
Sisitco, yeah, that's what I would guess.
Sisitcos.
Yeah.
Basically sitting up in Michigan watching a little volleyball tonight in there. Adrian Bulldogs doing a nice job tonight. Webcast at albion.edu for you to join in the conversation.
Timeout on the floor by Coach Kwan as he sees set number 2 starting to kind of get out of hand a little bit here with a nice run by the Britons. But as the Bulldogs showed in set number 1, how important it is to close, and they did a tremendous job in set number 1, closing the deal. Britons only need 3 points, so the Bulldogs are going to have to go on a nice run if they want to steal set number 2.
Here you go. Jen and Tony Farrell, parents of Haley Farrell, are rooting on the Bulldogs from Orland Park, Illinois. Thanks for the commentary tonight, guys, and thanks for being out there, Jen and Tony, and love watching the ladies compete. For all of you wondering right now, I have a granddaughter right now who is competing down in the Dayton area, and she's just a 13-year-old. But I'm hoping one of these days maybe to see her playing volleyball for the Brits or the Bulldogs or somebody in the MIAA so we can watch her play a little bit more.
Soft put over. Both teams need some better execution on offense on this particular point. Nice block. Good digs on both sides. Winner can't even put saying that was a hitting error right there as Winner gets the kill. 23-19. Looked like that was a well-received hit right there.
It did. Well, again, from an hour and a half away, it's a little difficult to see every now and then. But we'll be back there. I promise next year we'll be in the gym. Full sound, multiple cameras.
2 players in the net right there. The ball couldn't decide which side to go on. Unfortunately, a good bounce for the Bulldogs as they take that point. That was a needed point. That was a nice run by the Brits. Bulldogs 20-23 on serve. There's a miss hit right there. So a service ace for Sugg. Sugg's been getting it done on the serves, Jim.
Yeah, they really have done a nice job. She got the winner in that first game.
That one hit long on the kill attempt. 22-23 on serve as Sugg still serves. And now Adrian inching towards taking set number 2. They need a 3-point run to make it happen.
Brits need to toughen up right now and not allow that to happen.
The Bulldogs get another point, 23 all on serve. Timeout worked for Coach Kwan. And the Britons, take a timeout, hoping to get a little bit of that timeout magic as well. They need to stop the momentum.
Yeah, they've got to right now. They really cannot go down on this Adrian Bulldog team 2 games to none. Right now attacks Adrian at 93, Britons at 83, kills 29 for Adrian, 25 for the Britons. Hitting percentage, again, both teams, 169 for the Britons, 140 for the Bulldogs. Assists pretty close, as you can see this going down the line right now. We can't give you sound tonight. We can't give you more cameras, but we can try to keep you right in the loop with all the things that are happening at this point. You know what? Grace Welch is hitting 333, and Madison Federmeyer is at 364 for the Lady Bulldogs right now. So both those ladies having a pretty good night. Chloe Weber at 412 for the Britons here individually. So some good individual nights for both sides and individual players this evening in a couple of close games.
Sugg on serve, and she's been very successful. There's a long shot kill right there, Jim. This one looked like more of a defensive putover. Kind of hit it off the side of the wrist. Put it in a great position on the far sideline. So 24-23, and just like that, it's set point. Smith on serve, looking to put it away. That one goes long, and the Britons take set number 2. Britain Nation exhale. They hold on 25-23. That was a nail-biter of a set.
Oh, that was. Well, 2 great sets are 27-25, 25-23. You know, these 2 teams very evenly matched. 2 of them really want to try to pull out this win tonight. For the Britons, that move them to 2-0 in the conference. And for Adrian, their first game in the conference here tonight, they'd like to go 1-0 and even up the Brits at 1-1. As you can see now, the attacks, 10 more attacks right now by Adrian, 94-84. Kills, again, still pretty close, 29-26. And the percentage, again, both teams not hitting the ball quite as well as they would like to. 24 assists for both sides. Look at the service aces, 5-4. One big one there that won that first contest for Adrian early on. But again, both these teams doing extremely well. Total blocks, look at them down the middle there, 4-5. Digs, 40 each. So how close is this game? Well, both teams are won by 2, the game that they've won themselves. So it's been a tight one, and I expect this one could very easily go to 5 tonight.
And the one thing that both of these coaches are, I'm sure, stressing to the young ladies on the sideline right now is you got to get that hit percentage up. The Bulldogs were within a point or 2 points of that second set, only hitting 100 in that second set, which is amazing to me. But the Brits not much better at 146 in that second set.
Yeah, and you know, it's for the Britons right now, it really has come down to just a handful. There's only, when I take a look at the hitting percentages right now, there's only 4 players that have any percentage whatsoever. And on the Britain side, so they need to get a few more people involved in this process as well. A little more for the Bulldogs right now. They've been a little better at getting that ball moving around a little more and getting maybe a better shot every now and then. But again, when you take a look at this thing, a 2-point game, both sides. This is going 5 tonight.
Look like we're going 5.
Yeah,
yep.
This is going 5 tonight.
Yeah, and that's why you look at those preseason polls and why sometimes it's nice to have a preseason poll because it's an exercise that you have to do, but they don't always tell the story. And this may be an example of how that October experience comes in handy to help the Bulldogs. Yeah, they haven't played a conference matchup yet, but it's not like they've been sitting out just waiting for something to happen. They've been making it happen too. They've been putting in the hours, and it's showing so far. They're playing a very good brand of volleyball, and we're knotted up at a set apiece in a best of 5.
We head over and check in on Alma and Olivet. Alma now 2-0 for over Olivet. They win 25-18, 25-19. They're up 15-11 in game number 3, and it does look like Alma's going to take care of business at Olivet tonight, or at Alma, I guess, tonight. They're hosting tonight against Olivet as they're cruising here in the 3rd set.
So a good job by them to hope. Looks like they're on pace to get a 3-set sweep. And again, the Britons, the last broadcast we had against Kalamazoo, also got a 3-set sweep. No such opportunity exists tonight. This looks like this is going to go 5 sets. Very evenly matched squads. Britons on serve to start set number 3. Good blocks. And a kill by the Bulldogs after a nice defensive stand by both teams. Grace Welch with the kill on that one. So 1-0 the Bulldogs lead to start set number 3. Brits usually get off to a hot start early. Bulldogs catch up. See if we reverse the script here in set number 3. Setup opportunity, took something off that one, and a nice play there by Grace Welch. 2 straight kills by Welch. And cut it back on serve, Jim.
Here's one for you. Go Brits, go Kate. The Lemanskis from Longboat Key, Florida. I bet it's nice down there here tonight.
I bet so. Substitution checking in is Cameron Haley, and she'll go on serve as that service attempt goes long for cutaback.
Go Brits from Kate Winters, Nana in Punta Gorda, Florida here tonight as well. Good having you out there, Nana.
Deflection attempt by Brenz, but goes out of bounds. So good kill right there by Grace Welch. 3 serving 1. We're knotted at 1 set apiece. That kill attempt goes long. Again, a little bit of a defensive struggle on that exchange there as the Britons now go on serve.
Looks like Rolf Severson is out at Delray Beach, Florida. Says great match here this evening. Good to have you out there, Rolf, as well.
A lot of people from Florida tonight.
Yeah.
I like it. As that kill attempt goes into the net. Unable to dig that one back up. See it coming from the far side here. This one will go into the net before the block. Had a lot of those serves and kill attempts go off the top of the net. That one almost did, but not quite. 3 apiece as that serve goes long. So a service error by Weber gives it right back, and it's now 4 serving 3. As we get a sub in, Jillian Park, the sophomore, comes in, and she'll go on serve.
Go Brits, Olivia Alexander's neighbors watching from Woodhaven here tonight. Let's do this, ladies. The Antaran family saying go Brits here tonight. Good to have you out there from Woodhaven, Michigan.
Nice job there by the Brits to take something off that set attempt. And they'll get Brenz for the kill. So Park back on serve. Line drive serve. Tough to defend. Good deep get. Nice block. Double team block right there by Winter and also Bissett, the freshman. A lot of Winter on that block.
We got a 19 Adrian volleyball alumni, Megan Persa, I believe is her name, PRSA, cheering on her favorite Bulldogs from Windsor, Ontario. Go Dogs. Good to have you out there, Megan.
International flair now.
Yeah, we're out of country right now.
I like it. Appreciate you tuning in, sending us an email at webcast@albion.edu. Winner with a tough to defend kill right there. This one with the block attempt kind of rolls right down the hands, and you can't double hit it.
You get those every now and then. Again, then they even out as the game goes on. We talked about that first winner for that first game that hit the net and went over. But as you go 3 sets, 5 sets, whatever it takes, those things do tend to equal out to one another.
Fantastic kill right there. We've seen a couple of those so far here in set number 3 as they get Sisitko.
Corey tried to get to it, just couldn't stretch far enough.
Service error into the net by Sugg gives it right back. So 7 serving 6. Hitting percentage, I believe, is up a little bit so far in this set, but a lot of unforced errors by both teams so far here in set number 3. Brits on serve. Oh, nice kill. Hit it deep and off the top of the hand. Sometimes if you take it off, it's the positioning, just like in tennis. If you're going to take something off a hit, put it way deep in the backcourt.
Almost a foot save there.
Going for the foot save there.
Yep. I don't think they allow you to do that, even though it looked really good and it was close.
Ashurst checks in for Sisitko.
Federmeyer with the kill on that one, and a nice job.
There's a kill coming right at you again. I'm telling you, if you're wearing those 3D glasses,
you really
ready to hold your hand out. Yep. Hold your hand out. Hop back. Spill that popcorn.
Sisitko was the young lady trying to make that return.
So the Brits back on serve, up 9-7. Deep serve. This could be a point opportunity, and it is. Brits with the kill there. A little bit fired up there. Again, this is what you miss by not having that ambient sound in the gym. I remember the first time we spoke with Ava Smith when she was doing sideline for us. We asked her to describe the volleyball team, and she said, we're loud. And that was the first, without hesitation, the first answer and description I was given for this volleyball team. So you know that you'd be hearing a lot of noise from that bench.
Wonderful young lady. I always enjoyed having her on the sideline doing the football games. Never knew what was coming out of Ava's mouth. You could always count on her for something that you really enjoyed listening to.
Tremendous defense there by the Brits to save that one. Got to get this one over. Marathon point. Appropriate as it's hit out of bounds by Sugg, or not by Sugg, sorry about that, by Cribbs.
Jim, you hit it on the head. The Brits have creeped up over that 200 mark now, 215 for hitting percentage, 126 still for Adrian. So in game number 3, Brits starting to find the mark just a little bit better.
Timeout by Coach Kwan as he sees his squad losing by 4 early, 11-7 with the Brits on serve. It's 1 set apiece, Jim.
Looking for some more conversation if you're out there and you want to talk to us tonight. Pretty easy to get to us, webcast@albion.edu. And we will do our best to get your comments on the air for you tonight so you can root for your favorites. Really.
We can take a quick look on screen, Ken, at some updated stats. Do you see the attacks? The Bulldogs now significantly ahead, almost by 20 in terms of attacks, 111 to 93. The kills pretty much even. Edge to Adrian, 34-31. The errors is really where the points are coming from for both these squads. 31 total attack errors, 20 for the Bulldogs, only 11 for the Brits. The hitting percentage has jumped up a bit, Jim. 215 for the Brits.
And we can tell you right now, Alma did take care of business against Olivet tonight, 25-19, 25-19, 25-18. Alma ladies win in 3 sets over Olivet this evening.
So coming out of that timeout, Brits on serve leading 11-7, trying to extend that lead. Don't want to allow the Bulldogs to put another run together. Nice block, and that was not only a block, but that was a send back. That went back to near the baseline right there. So a good double team block. They'll give Weber credit for that one as the Brits are on serve. 12-7.
Have one of the Albion Bulldog or the Adrian Bulldogs dads, Sisitko's dad, wondering where Jessie Hepner is tonight. Our other daughter played club volleyball with her, so that's a question. Maybe we can do some looking into that for you as well. Dominic Lyon says, watching from Adrian College, and good luck to my dogs, Jillian, Destiny, Lexi, and Maddie, from Dom Lyons. How's that?
I appreciate you tuning in. We have quite a few viewers from campus tonight over there.
We do.
So we get a miss hit there by the Brits. Bulldogs taking a couple points out of the timeout. Now 9 serving 12. Again, they were trailing 12-7 going into the timeout, or 11-7 going into the timeout. That one I think hit the rafters. So a good service error, or a good service winner right there. They'll give Cutterback the service ace. It's now 10 serving 12. Nice run here by the Bulldogs, and just as I say that, you get a service error.
Well, you know, being Britain's fans, that's exactly what we wanted you to do, Jimmy, was jinx them just a little bit if you possibly can. Into the game is, let's see, I have to flip my sheet over here. Cameron Haley for the Britons.
So Haley on serve, line drive serve. There's a kill. Watch this return put a little bit too far, Jim. And all you can do, and that one looked like it might have stung Sisitko.
Got to say that not sure what Jessie Hepner is doing. She is a sophomore, but when we look at the stats for her for the season, no stats whatsoever for her. So once we get with Coach, maybe we can find that out to see what happens. But nice of you to wonder what's going on with one of the lady Britons who played with your daughter.
Federmeyer there with the kill. So it's 11 serving 14. Again, one set apiece. Both of these sets have come down to the wire. Extra points, 27-25 in the first one. 25-23 in set number 2. That's tough to defend right there as we get Weber with the kill.
Boy,
Thinking that one had some spin on it. Might have been calling that was going out, but that was a well-placed kill, and then the serve goes into the net. So unfortunately unable to take advantage of that point. Give one right back, and now the Bulldogs on serve, 12-15.
Hannah Cutterback's parents watching, mom and dad out there saying, go Volley Dogs. Proud of you, Hannah Cutterback, and we're proud to have you out there watching the game tonight, mom and dad.
Yeah, we get a lot of emails from the visiting teams, and we always appreciate hearing from them. Bulldogs back on the attack. There's a soft over and a kill that one's not getting returned. So good point there by the Brits. I think that was Brenz on the kill.
We can tell you that even if we had a bigger and wider camera, you wouldn't have seen that hit the turf. That one was gone into the bleachers there at the Kresge.
If we had the robotic cam set up like sometimes we do for basketball, it might have been hitting the robotic camera back there. Coming at you again.
Boy, that's a tough serve to be able to have to try to return.
Yeah, again, hits the top of the net. Once again, we're in danger of dropping the popcorn. Timeout again by Coach Kwan. A lot of timeouts being used here in set numbers 2 and 3. Well, but again, it just shows how much points are at a premium tonight.
They are, and it's been such a close match here tonight for both these teams. You know, in the first game tonight, Adrian only hit 159, and the Britons at 209. Then the second game tonight, it was really a difficult game for both teams. 146 for the Britons, 100 for the Bulldogs. And right now the Bulldogs under 100 at .091, and the Britons starting to find their way at 351 for a hitting percentage in set number 3 here. And that kind of gives you the momentum and the way that this has all gone here this evening for these two teams. 14 kills in the first game for the Britons, 15 for the Bulldogs. 12 kills in the second game, 14 for the Bulldogs. And right now 8 kills for the Britons and 6 for the Bulldogs in game number 3.
A lot of total attacks by both squads. The Brits have closed the gap. It's now 116-101 advantage, Adrian. But the Brits on serve up 5. That's the number that really matters the most here in set number 3.
Brits would like to continue to keep this momentum going and maybe wrap this up in 4.
Good block. Would like to see a one-handed kill attempt right there.
There it comes. Ooh, and right back at you.
Take 2. A lot of defense here. Just too much to handle.
Grace Welch early on in that 23 put that hit back, but this time the Brits say we're going to make this one count, and we're going to stick it right here in the middle of that court.
So 18-12 on serve. Hannah Miller with the kill on that last point. Brits looking to continue the momentum. Here's a gettable point. Both teams, they understand how important this point is right here. And you can see both teams playing tremendous defense, Jim.
They really are.
There's a good kill there by the Brits. Struggle point. Olivia Alexander goes cross court. Good dig by Sugg, but unable to do anything with it.
You know, sometimes you know that they're aiming that shot and be able to place that shot where they want to. Sometimes the ball just goes where it happened to go, too. You know, there are some that just find that open spot for some reason.
Gift opportunity here for the Brits. Can they cash in?
Corey sets.
Wow. Great job by the Bulldogs there. Now the Bulldogs looking for momentum. Good dig.
Boy, both these teams going at it right now, Jim.
Kate Winter.
Look at that
so
replay.
Tough to defend.
You watched as Bergman came through the somersault on that replay that we just saw.
2012, Brits up big in a service ace for Brenz.
Our engineer tonight, Ken Reeker, getting you all the replays for this evening. Can't bring you sound tonight, but we can show how it happened a couple of times for you this evening.
And there's a noise ordinance where we are, so we're not allowed to scream.
Yeah, no, Ken's wife would get real mad at us if we raise our voices here in the basement.
And the puppy might start barking a little
Yeah,
too
that
loud.
could be happening too.
Nice run here by the Brits. Good block. Bulldogs set up the offense. Putting it in the back corner. That one goes just a little long. I like the look here. Putting it where they're not, but just a little bit too far to the left. So 13 serving 21's Brenz goes for that set. And instead puts it out of bounds. That was monstrous. Olivia Alexander got some serious error on that one. 22-13, Brits back on serve.
Look at this. I've got a really interesting one I'll share with you here when we get a minute.
Brits 3 points away from victory here in set number 3. That's a two-person game right there. That was a two-person game at the net. Watch these two in the center. Only one can win. Brits still on serve. Love the effort. There's a good kill by the Bulldogs. Jim, what's that note you got there?
Well, we got here Albion coach Keelan Grinnell was a teammate of our daughter Cassidy at the University of New Hampshire. FYI, Keelan is one of only 2 UNH players to have 4 American East Championship rings, leading to NCAA Division I championship appearances. Our niece Grace Croce is a freshman from Washington State who will be looking to watch on the Adrian JV team. Nice job, guys. Vince Croce, and it's good to have you out there, Vince, and thank you for that information. We have volleyball royalty in the house there tonight.
I like it. Getting, in essence, like a sideline reporter as the Brits take set number 3 on the service ace. That's Curry, one of the athletes of the week, getting that service winner and putting set number 3 in the books for the Britons. We'll get you some live stats here in just a moment. And again, a relatively quiet evening for MIAA volleyball. You already have one final that you reported, Jim.
Yeah, I did, and I've got one. Here you go. Here's, you know what? All you have to do is ask here about Jesse Hepner. Says, hi, Jess is recovering from a concussion. Thanks for asking. Jesse's parents should be back soon, and thank you for clearing that up. You know, that's the neat thing about D3 athletes and D3 football. You get, or volleyball, when you get to a situation like this, parents are parents, man, and they know how much time and effort goes into this game and the preparation by their student athletes. And they get to know one another on traveling teams oftentimes. They get friendships started, and then all of a sudden, my daughter's on this team, your daughter's on that team, but we're still friends, and we kind of want to know what happened to that young lady who we've gotten to know and that family that we know. So thank you for communicating back and forth like that. You don't see that. If this was Michigan, Ohio State doing this game right now, which is a kind of a tradition like these two have. I mean, there's a rivalry between these two programs. You wouldn't see that kind of communication. So thank you to the Hepner family for clearing that up, because we did have a viewer who was very, very much interested and hoping that your daughter was okay and back soon. So that sounds good.
And certainly want to wish the sophomore the best, too.
No doubt.
Because if you're recovering from a concussion, that's some serious business right there. So we obviously wish her the best and continued recovery, and we can't wait to see her out on the floor soon.
And you can see that Adrian has still an advantage on attacks right now, 129 to 116, 36 kills, but that's flopped now. Albion all of a sudden with a couple more, Jim. So I think that was reflective also of what happened in this last game that we just watched. Attack errors, 23 now for the Bulldogs to 13 for the Britons, and that's starting to
there's your game.
Be a factor right there too.
Yep, there's your match right there, plus 10 in terms of attack errors. Hitting percentage is the other one, and I think those two, there's a direct correlation between them. 216 for the Brits, which isn't stellar, but it's enough to get it done tonight. Only 101 for the Bulldogs. Coach Juan cannot be happy about a 101 hitting percentage so far for his Bulldogs, but he has to be happy at least that they were able to take set number 1, and they have a puncher's chance, so to speak, here in set number 4.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, you know, as you said, Alma did beat Olivet tonight. They beat them 3-0. So Alma wins over Olivet this evening, and that was the only other contest going on in Britons or in MIAA volleyball here this evening. And we have the Britons and the Bulldogs, and hopefully, being Brits fans, this will be the last one, and the Britons can wrap this up 3-1 and take it to the house here tonight. Obviously, for all those Adrian Bulldogs fans that we have out there, they'd like to see a Game 5 yet tonight before this one's over.
Yeah, I don't think that that layoff has cost the Bulldogs at all. They've come out sharp. The hitting percentage is definitely not where you want it to be, but this team has really impressed me with playing with a ton of heart, and they've had some great defense so far tonight. They have gotten a lot of what I'll call ugly points. When you get those long, drawn-out exchanges, and you just have to make a play to get that ball over the net. They've excelled in getting those points that are defensive struggle points. So again, a lot of heart, good coaching, good squad, and they were able to take set number 1. And now they're looking to take set number 4.
2 players on that floor tonight having a pretty good evening for hitting this evening, even though both teams are kind of underachieving. Madison Fedemeyer hitting at 400 clip, and Chloe Weber at 455. So both sides have one young lady who are standing out ahead and above the others, even though both teams are not hitting it quite as accurately and as well as what they'd like to. Those 2 young ladies still having a pretty good night for themselves.
Good block there by the Brits. Another good block, and this one leads to a point. So defense becomes offense. Watch this double team block coming up. Top of your screen. Just unable to do anything with it. It'll be that block at the bottom of the screen that ends up being the winner. Another good block. But this one ultimately leads to a point for the Bulldogs. That one goes off Chloe Weber's fingertips and goes out. And
a little correction here for Jenna Corey, not Curry. So my apologies. I'm the new guy here tonight. Jenna Corey, not Curry. Her uncle says, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you there, Uncle Mike. We appreciate the help.
Jen, a tremendous athlete. Again, one of the athletes of the week in the MIAA. One of 2 volleyballers as well.
Little action right there at the top of the net, man.
Bren's going up tall for that one.
There was a time I could get off the floor that tall there, Jimmy, but that's been a couple of years ago,
Give or take how many?
With or without a mini tramp. With the mini tramp, it's only been maybe 25 years ago, but without the mini tramp, it goes back even farther than that. Yeah, older than any of the young ladies that are on the floor right now, that's for sure.
So you'd almost be like halftime entertainment for some squads.
I could be. Yes, I could be. Not anymore, though. No.
I'd be on, I think, Fail Blog or something like that if I tried a mini trampoline. So the Brits on serve, 3 apiece here in set number 4. The Brits handily take set number 3. Good kill, good dig. And a nice put away on the sideline there.
Brits like to end this at 4. Obviously, Bulldogs like to focus thing out. I do wonder one thing, Jim. When you go into a longer game like this one, will you see any difference between these 2 squads with one not having played really an intense game like this one since October? You can practice all you want. You can bring other people in. You can scrimmage. You can do whatever you want to do. But you go to a Wednesday night of the MIAA like this, and now you get into game number 4, and then you get into game number 5. Are you really ready after that 3-month layoff now, almost 4-month layoff?
And not to be lost in all this, too, is because of COVID restrictions, not only are they giving it their all on the floor, they're giving it their all with masks on.
Yeah,
which has to make it difficult to breathe, especially over time. And yet you don't see any signs of letdown by either team. I mean, these young ladies in tremendous shape.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And I have been amazed that we watched the men and the women play basketball this year with those masks on too.
Unbelievable.
And I just, I'm a person who wears glasses. So with my glasses, one trip up the floor and I'd be running into things because I wouldn't be able to see anything. All steamed up. So yeah, kudos to both squads and all these young ladies and men who have played so hard through all this COVID this year.
There's a kill in the back corner right here. Watch this one going cross court. Nice position.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hits the sideline, hits the tape.
But I bet if you talk to any of them, if you give them that opportunity to play, they probably just said, we don't care. Wear a mask, get a chance to play.
Give me a mask, yep.
Yep, we can do that. Hey, we're 20 years old. We're invincible at this point in time.
And for the most part, they're pretty well correct in that, too.
Yeah, I was that way when I was 20.
I mean, the ability to recover from injury we see this in every sport where a player sustains an injury that we think is going to keep them out for weeks, and it's usually more like minutes that they're back out on the floor and they're moving at the exact same speed they were before, so no worse for wear. Not that they're not going to feel it, as there's a dig attempt. Goes over towards the quadruple doors, heading out to the aisleway.
It's amazing. They're so darn athletic. I mean, the somersaults that you're seeing. Look at that dive. Yeah, right there. You'd hear crack, snapple, and pop, and yeah, then that'd be it. There'd be somebody with a stretcher coming to get me.
Not sure what happened on that serve. Everybody stopped.
Both teams hitting a little better this game, though, Jim. 273 for the Bulldogs, 364 now for the Brits. Britain's up 2-1.
Substitution question. Oh, yeah, we have an illegal substitution right there. There's a formality to it, as Federmeyer does check in. And now Sugg can go on serve. Wondered why everything just kind of stopped on that last point.
Well, we must play by the rules.
Without rules, what have we?
Exactly. Still have time to talk to you if you want to join us here. Webcast at albion.edu if you want to say hi to somebody or let us know what's going on anywhere around the country. We have folks now in Canada watching tonight, several from Michigan hooked up with us now, Florida, several from Florida, Illinois, Arizona. Yeah, good to have everybody out there. Boy, that is the one thing that we've been streaming for a number of years now. Between football, basketball, and volleyball, between several D3 teams through the HCAC and the MIAA. And we're always amazed at the number of people that will check in and from where they check in at times. Remember, if we go back 10, 12 years ago when we were doing basketball down at Defiance College, we had some military folks that couldn't let us know where they were. But they were mom and dad. Right. Mom and dad were always watching, but they would never let you know
from an undisclosed location.
Entirely, it was an amazing time.
Britain's now 7-7 on serve. I think they may have actually added a point, perhaps because of a penalty.
Do not know. Again, if we were in the gym, we'd be able to figure that out. But at this point, not sure whether it was just a scoring mistake or what was going on. Oh, my goodness, what a great return.
There's a point for the Brits. That one was earned the old-fashioned way. You see the block coming up. Great block right there by Weber.
Yeah. Woo.
Smith hits one into the net. Gives that point right back. Bulldogs now even it up, 8 apiece here in set number 4.
Neither team wants to give this one up tonight. Adrian thinks they still have a shot right in this game.
Yep. They lost an opportunity there on serve, though, to make make a nice little run as that service error goes out. And it gives it right back to the Brits. Now Brits on serve, 9-8.
Alex Collins, who is a AC men's volleyball alum, rooting on his Volley Dogs tonight from St. Clair Shores. Good to have you with us, Alex.
I like that name, Volley Dogs.
Yeah.
But I like that kill maybe a little bit more.
Obviously, we're rooting for the Brits tonight. But what a great night of volleyball that we're getting a chance to bring to you here tonight from the Kresge Center.
Kill opportunity there goes long.
And places unknown. You know, we could tell these folks we're doing this thing from Bermuda tonight if we wanted to, you know?
Yeah, we're at an undisclosed location.
Yeah, we're on the beach. We would really, we put that Britain's background behind us just so that you wouldn't be jealous knowing where exactly we're sitting right now.
The warm spring breeze hitting our hair.
And I haven't had really enough time to work on the tan, so, those big shiny white legs that I have would glare too much tonight. So
right, we'll go ahead and use those reflectors underneath our chins. Make sure we get that bronzer on the nose.
Britain's hoping they can run away and put this one away tonight and make this a 4-game set.
12-9 now, or 9-12, I should say, the Bulldogs on serve. Nice dig. Good put away there for the Bulldogs. That was a much-needed point.
Boy, I'll tell you, she really placed that nicely over the top. That's Grace Welch.
Yep.
Grace has really had a good game tonight.
This is a tough squad. This Bulldog squad, a lot of respect.
You know, it's fun to have the Hopes. It's fun to have the Calvins in. But if you just want a good, solid contest, whether it's football, basketball, or volleyball in the MIAA, you bring the Bulldogs into town, by gum, and you're going to get a good one. There's no doubt about that.
And it's not a very far drive, so I think these teams would be happy to participate 7 days a week. Remember calling the MIAA postseason tournament?
Yes.
And the run the Bulldogs went on. So you never count them out. As we get a timeout by Coach Kwan. 14-10, Britons will be on serve coming out of this timeout.
Needs to make sure he can get things taken care of because, again, his team all of a sudden now slipping a little bit, back down to 188 in their shooting, in their percentage, their hitting percentage. Brits still at 375, so they're taking care of business here in this fourth game. 7 kills for the Brits, 4 for the Bulldogs here in game number 4.
And, Jim, while you go up and look at those stats, I'll say hi to Jennifer Bergman, watching, says, thank you for the broadcast. Rooting for Caitlin from Adrian. Brother Jackson and Mom are watching. Hey, from Bryan, Ohio.
I'll be darned.
I did see that in the roster that although we are at an undisclosed location.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It looks nice out there, though, isn't it? Once we're done tonight, we're going to lounge by the ocean until it gets dark. You know, that's how we do it.
Sand in my toes.
Yeah.
Probably Jimmy Buffett blaring over the speaker at the nearby party that's going on.
Yeah, we had to turn the audio down here, too, so you didn't hear that as well. We'll probably bury Kenny up to his neck, as we always do. You know, as long as the Britons win, that's a kind of a tradition for us here on the beach.
It's probably news to Ken, though.
Yeah, well, you know.
He'll figure it out.
He's in the production booth, so he can't really hear what we just said. We've got the sound turned off on his headset, too.
There's a kill by the Bulldogs to get back in this one. 11 serving 14. Good job there by the Bulldogs to get that point back coming out of the timeout.
This one's not over, that's for darn sure.
They get Welch for the kill there, and the Bulldogs on serve. Good deep serve. And that kill attempt goes out. So an additional point for the Bulldogs as they remain on serve. Now 12 serving 14. Brits up 2-1, but the Bulldogs climbing back in here in set number 4.
Brits don't want to let this one get away because I'll tell you that fifth game can go any direction. You never know where that one's going to head.
Yeah, then everything starts to get tight. You play tight, and you start making more unforced errors. You talk about a hitting percentage that's taking a hit tonight. That fifth set, somebody probably end up playing a dominant fifth set, and then you get somebody else who will play a very bad fifth set.
And this has been a very active game tonight. I mean, this, you know, how many points have had to go back and forth several different times tonight. This has not been the ball goes over the net point for the other team. This has been a very competitive set, dig, hit, set, dig, hit, back and forth. So that fifth game, there's going to be some tired legs out there as well.
14 apiece now on the ace as Federmeyer gets the ace there, and she remains on serve. 3 straight points on her serve. Again, taking something off those kills.
And now's when they can be so effective. You know, you've been pounded. This has been a power game tonight, too. Big hits from both sides. So you take a little off of it in a time when people are getting very aggressive trying to get that point, and, you know, it can be very, very effective.
This one goes out. Point for Adrian, and they take a 15-14 lead. Still a lot of game left here in set number 4 as we get a timeout by the Britons.
Again, let us know if you're out there right now. We're we're sitting on the beach. I don't know where you are, but we're having a good time tonight. And can we get somebody maybe to bring us a little food and maybe there you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, get that. Come on over here, will you, for a minute? Put it on Kenny's tab. He's got a tab going on up there at the main house right at this point in time, and we can take care of everything.
At the cabana.
Yeah.
And it looks like everybody's observing social distancing in the background there, which I appreciate.
That's the important part right now.
You and I aren't, but everybody else is.
You know, we're both basically just being...
We're safe.
Being put in here. You know, we're actually, if you could see us in reality, you know, this is all just being spaced next to one another. We're actually 10 feet apart right now. And Jim was in bubble wrap up until a minute or two ago. So everything's good. Oh, my gosh.
Well, you said we were in space.
Yes, we are. Let's see.
Zero gravity.
Real quickly, 153 attacks right now for the Bulldogs, 139 for the Britons, 41 kills for the Bulldogs to 45 for the Britons. Attack arrows, 24 still for the Adrian Bulldogs, 16 for the Britons as we're getting deep right now into game number 4.
There's a nice kill by Alexander to erase what was a nice run by the Bulldogs to draw it even at 15. Exactly what you want coming out of a timeout. You want a little more fire, and they got it on that point. Now you have to sustain. Need a couple more points here to stretch this lead back up. Put the Bulldogs on their heels.
Nice spread right now. If you'd like to be able to get about a 5-point run here, really get a cushion between you and whoever. And I'm saying that for both teams, actually. Either team that could go about a 5-0 run right now might be able to salt this one away here quickly.
And both teams have.
Yes, they have.
In this set alone, there's a nice kill. One-handed over the top.
Again, that was Welch, I believe, again. You know, she has been
Welch,
all over the place tonight. Big hits, nice tips. This has really been a good job for young Miss Welch here tonight to be able to find that open spot. She'll just absolutely nail you with one moment and then very softly just tip it into a corner the next one. And so you just don't really know what's coming when 23 comes across that court.
And again, that's you know, that risk you take when you go up for the block thinking they're always going to go for the aggressive kill, and then they take something off it. The ability to be able to look away momentarily and still keep your eye on where that ball is coming, and that stuff is so precise to be able to know when to take it off and when to hit it aggressively. It's just incredible. And there's winner on the little more conventional style kill. Kind of hamstrung the Bulldogs on defense there as we get another timeout. Coach Kwan calling this one. I'm sure when you get this close to victory for the Britons, you want to make sure that you are doing everything you can not to allow them to put a nice 4 or 5 nothing run together.
Only a 2-point game right now, so you do need to get control of this real quickly. You're right, Jim. Otherwise, you might have some problems. This one could be done. Again, we still have a little time tonight if you want to talk to us. You know, we're on the beach. Where are you tonight watching the ball game? Webcast at albion.edu.
Good reception out here, too.
Yeah, it's wonderful out here. There's great internet here. I didn't expect it here. It must not be a satellite link up like last week.
No, it's nice on the beach. I appreciate the seagulls keeping the roar to a minimum out there.
Yeah.
The waves are being quiet for us, which I like. The water's nice and calm.
Yeah.
You know.
Temperature's good. You might be in Florida right now, but I'll tell you, Bermuda is doing extremely well here.
Is
at this
Bermuda
moment.
Nice this time of year?
Yes, it is. It really is. Only the sand would be pink, so we can't be in Bermuda. Sorry, wrong slide.
You know, don't get lost in the triangle. Now.
Wrong location there.
Good dig
Corey
by the Bulldogs.
Corey had a nice dig on the other side of that with the Britons there to set everything up. It's going back and forth again. Just a good game of volleyball tonight.
See that block? Excellent tandem block right there by the Brits. There's Miller and Palmer. This one's a point opportunity for the Brits.
Push to the back corner and in. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Britain's now with 20.
Getting closer out of that timeout. Not what Coach Kwan was looking for coming out of that timeout. Nice 2-point advantage coming out of that timeout for the Brits. Nice 4-0 run here.
Emma Fogarty saying, just wanted to say a great broadcast tonight. Very entertaining and lots of enthusiasm for both teams. Amazing job. Emma, thank you very much. And I'll tell you what, you can tell that Jim and I have been kind of cooped up for too long. We've been looking to do some sports. That's for sure. And when we do sports, we do try.
We get a little fired up.
We lean a little bit more towards the Britons than we're going to lean against the competition, but doggone it, we do appreciate all the effort from both sides.
That hit goes just a little bit long. And the Bulldogs back on serve is Welch now, who has been a dominant force tonight, is on serve. 17 serving 21 here in set number 4. Little pop-up serve. Good dig by Welch. That one goes out. 22-17 Brits back on serve. 3 points from victory to close it out. Southpaw service. Where do you go when you need the point?
You bet.
Kate Winter. Watch your sky. Hit it into the block, but the block takes it straight down and into the net.
Corey set it up right there. Nice job by her. And you're right. There's a money tandem right there.
23-17. 2 points from victory as the Brits on serve. Good deep serve. Tough reception right there. Running the offense. Winter with a kill attempt blocked. Both teams on their heels right now. That one goes out. We are at game point, match point.
Nice job by Corey down there on the change of direction to be able to save that one. She made a move that would have probably torn both my ACLs at that point in time.
ACL, PCL, MCL.
All of them. Anything that had a CL on it, you know. Even the front of my shirt.
And that'll do it. Britons get the kill, and they take the match 3-1.
Well, it was a tough one tonight. Britons.
I really thought that was going 5, Jim.
Yeah, I did too. Britons lost the first one 27-25, came back with the second one 25-23, 25-14 for game number 3, and then a 25-17 win in game number 4. But yes, that was a wonderful win for the Britons as they defend their home turf at the Kresge Center tonight. As you look at some of the stats tonight, you do look at that hitting percentage tonight for both these teams. You can see the Britons just kept getting better. They had that one-off game in the middle in the game number 2 there where they dropped down below 200%, but then they just got tougher and tougher as the night went on.
But you look at Adrian's conversely, Jim. They started off with an okay 159 hitting percentage, but it just continuously went down from there. 100 in set number 2, 029, and then 028. And that's just, that's not going to get it done for the Bulldogs. That's a good job by the Brits of responding to the pressure. We, talked a bit about how Adrian had responded to pressure and did a great job in closing set number 1. Hats off as well to the Britons for sensing the opportunity there in sets 3 and 4, really making it happen and end up getting 3 straight, winning in 4.
Well, I'll tell you, thank you to all the folks that are out there watching tonight. Wonderful response from all the moms and the dads and the uncles and the aunts and also some of the former teammates and some former players. It's always good to have that reaction and that two-way conversation going on. That makes our job a whole lot better, too.
Yeah, very much, and we appreciate everybody tuning in from all around the country and in Canada as well. It's great to hear from you, and it's great to, what we always say about Division III sports is it's all about family. And it was great hearing from all the family members tonight, rooting for the Bulldogs and rooting for our Brits. And we appreciate the opportunity to bring you this volleyball action, Jim.
No doubt. I think the next time we get together is a football game. I think it's that April 3rd football game. I don't think we have a volleyball game between now and then.
Correct.
2 games then in the month of April for the volleyball schedule. But here is our football schedule this year. We'll open everything up on Saturday, April the 3rd, Albion and Kalamazoo. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. And then the next week, it's basically 3 weeks in a row. We've got Adrian, week number 2, and Alma to wrap everything up. We actually had a 4th home game, but the folks at Calvin decided this year was not a good year to play football in the spring. So they'll wait and join us again in the fall. But there are the next 3 football games that we're going to get a chance to do. And then you'll surround those with a couple of more volleyball games. In fact, we got a game on the 16th of April, that Friday before the 17th.
2 more, yep.
So we have 2 more games to do.
The 7th and the 16th, right?
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, good memory. My one brain cell couldn't pull that out unless Kenny had it on the screen. But I had it figured. You had it figured out, and I was just reading off the graphic that was on the television screen there.
And that Adrian football game, again, will be a special Sunday 1 o'clock kick, so will not be the traditional Saturday matchup. But, you know, have game will travel.
Yeah.
We certainly look forward to being there for the Brits, and we'll be happy to call that on the Britain Sports Network as well.
And the good news is we're going to be in stadium. Everything looks like we're going to be in stadium with a lot of social distancing and everything else, and I just can't wait to get back up in Albion and get that football season kicked off. Good game tonight for the Britons, Jimmy. Good job tonight. So, you know, I think Ken did a wonderful job. I think, you know, having
put us on the beach without having to pay for the airfare.
Well, you know, it's not easy to do a game from the beach. You know, this equipment doesn't like the salt air and those types of things.
That's an excellent
you
point.
Know? So if Kenny did a great job. Ken Rieker did a great job tonight, and I think that's probably going to wrap it up for us this evening, isn't it?
Absolutely. We want to thank you, Jim Funderburg, and Ken Rieker, the producer and engineer extraordinaire. Also, thank you to the folks at Albion College for providing the video feed tonight. And thanks again to both squads for putting on an entertaining volleyball matchup between the Bulldogs and the Britons. Again, one more time, 3-1, the Britons defeat the Bulldogs tonight in volleyball. We look forward to bringing you football action next on the Britain Sports Network. Good night, everybody.